Mehr, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. And we are hearing that there are some sort of concrete efforts going on to form a grand alliance with Mahmoud Achakzai in it, Akhtar Mengal in it, all the disgruntled people from the present setup. But do you think PTI can afford another street power kind of a protest after what happened on May 9?
Thank you, Zanera, for the opportunity. I will get into that. I just want to briefly comment. I was listening to everybody, and I want to add my 2 bits. We have to realize that it's also election year in India, and so obviously they're going to play up this rhetoric, and they're going to own it and wear it as a badge of honor. But what we were supposed to do, in fact, while everybody was talking, I was thinking, what was the Foreign Office response? And who's the foreign minister? He's so irrelevant, Mr. Dar, as foreign minister, that I couldn't even remember that he was the foreign minister of Pakistan. And I think that on something so serious, he should have come out with a very strong press conference. And that would have been taken more seriously than a spokesperson giving. We all know that when the minister speaks, when an elected representative speaks, but perhaps they know that they're not elected and they don't have the people's mandate. Therefore, they do not come out with much strength and speak with much belief.
Well,
and that's precisely why, that's precisely why we talk about the stolen mandate. That's precisely why we talk about how important it is for a government to actually be a reflection of the will of the people.
Yeah,
because when that will isn't there,
are you planning to be on the roads again? What kind of a grand opposition alliance are you looking at?
So two things. The Grand Alliance is not just an alliance for a street movement. The Grand Alliance is an alliance on this particular matter. I think it will also be extended to speak about for the independence of Judiciary and for freedom to give decisions in this country according to the law and constitution. Because as you know, and as we all know, in the last 20 months or so, we have seen repeated acts of constitutional violation where there have been no accountability. Elections were not held on time. The Election Commission came up with frivolous excuses. The federal government at the time came up with frivolous excuses of not having money, which were not true, but we took no steps. So I think up until we don't have a strong independent judiciary that can give, you saw how the Supreme Court was not even able to implement its own orders. We see how the courts are not being able to implement their orders or even issue contempt proceedings because their system is completely broken. And that takes me back to what Mr. Malik said about Pakistan needs to become relevant. Absolutely, and we need to become a serious country for that. But how serious a country are we? And how seriously is the world going to take us when we ourselves don't take our laws, our constitution, our people seriously? We have become a laughingstock of the world. You have 6 High Court judges standing up and saying that, we have been threatened, we have been intimidated, our family has been picked up, and the world is listening to this. And the state's response, the government's response has been so weak that the world is like, Pakistan,
so what I gather from your points is that you are going to harbor together all the possibilities available to PTI and do politics on that. You are going to be harboring on this judges issue. You are going to be harboring on your stolen mandate issue. You are going to be out with all the allies which were previously with PDM government. So you are going to capitalize almost on everything. But how are you going to do that?
Absolutely, Zanera, we are going to, because it's not to our own benefit. It is for the benefit of Pakistan.
That is the question.
Because I'll tell the how is simple. We're in Parliament. We have numbers in Parliament. We have 92 members elected to the National Assembly. They are going to do it there. They're going to raise the issues in Parliament. And we are going to raise the issue amongst the public. We have announced a series of public rallies starting after Eid. We will continue to hold those rallies. We will continue to inform the people. We will continue to create public pressure and a public discourse on these issues.
Would you be allowed to do that?
I think that it is our constitutional right to hold peaceful rallies, and I think if the state does not allow us to do so, they will be in violation of our rights, which it's nothing new for them. Right. But I think that will put greater pressure on them to look like a government with a mandate and to look like a government with some gumption.